Hello, it's John Virgo here. This is a request for Snooker Loopy, which was a matchroom thing with Steve Davis and Dennis Taylor and Willie Thorne. Not my song. Mine was from Big Break. It's only a game. But you've asked me to do it, so I'll do it. It's Snooker Loopy, not so we. Me and him and them and me. Great lines. We'll show you what to do with a load of balls and a snooker cue. Pot the reds and screw back for the yellow, green, brown, blue, pink or black. Snooker Loopy, nuts are we. We're all snooker loopy. A well done to Chaz and Dave. Where's the cue ball going? Cheers.
Hello and welcome to day 6 of the Snooker Loopy podcast. My name is Tom Mayhew and I'm glad to be talking about snooker with Joe because that always entertains me, unlike the snooker tonight. But of course I've already introduced him. Of course we all know him. You all know his nickname. It's, what's that, ladies and gentlemen? That's right, it's the Pearl, Joe Hannard.
Oh, well, a very good evening, Hazel. A very good evening, everybody at home. And yeah, always a very weird day, isn't it? Middle Thursday, where not a lot happens. You've got the sort of crossover between the end of round 1 and the start of round 2. There's less snooker. Starts at 1 o'clock rather than 2:30. And yeah, it does feel very much like a nothing day, and they always seem to put random players on these days as well. You know, over the last few years, it's okay. Mark Selby was there last year, Neil Robertson's there this year, but I feel like you never see one of the class of '92 playing in one of these last days, which I always find very interesting. But yeah, tough day of snooker, I think.
Definitely in what I've seen, because me and Joe, we both got day jobs, and Joe works 9 to 5.
Boys.
We are, yeah. And I've been at work yesterday and today, and it's just a frustrating thing where you come home and you just want to watch some good snooker. And the match tonight, Mark Allen against Kyren, was a tough watch, and they changed the what match they were covering halfway through to the Neil Robertson match, which I've never seen them do before.
I've seen them do it a couple of times, particularly when there's a match sort of finishing and one starting. Mm-hmm. They'll sort of start with their feature match, and then as the other match gets close to a conclusion, they switch to it. They did it earlier in the tournament. I can't remember exactly what match it was that they did it for, but yeah, it is a bit of a strange one. You know, you get the old Twitter brigade out, keyboard warriors saying, why the BBC started with a match from round 2 when there's a match finishing, and it's because, well, Neil Robertson and Pang Jung-soo was an awful watch last night. You know, on paper, Kyren Wilson versus Mark Allen should be a much better match and a much better watch. However, that didn't appear to be the case, certainly in the first 4 frames before the mid-session interval. Kyren was pretty unlucky, I think, in that first frame. He went in off. He was dominating that. Mark Allen was all over the place. And I think it's fair to say both of them are all over the place. That's going to be a bit of a scrap fest to the end, I think. As at time of recording, it's 5-2 Mark Allen after being 5-0 up. So I hope Kyren makes it 5-3, and then maybe we'll get a match that goes down to the wire there. Whether it'll be a good one or not, who knows?
My highlight of the first half of the session was a bit where Kyren got so annoyed at his tip that he sort of mimed going to eat it. He kind of went,
Ronnie does that quite a lot, doesn't he?
Which is quite the reaction to a tip problem, trying to eat it on live TV.
Yeah, says a lot about his personal life, doesn't it, really? But but there you go. So yeah, obviously a really weird thing. 3-session matches. The first session is always a strange one to watch. It's a bit like the World Championship final. That first session is always weird, and the semi-final in particular. That I think next Thursday the semi-finals will be starting, won't they? And that first day, it's just the first 8 frames for both matches. Like nothing happens. They could at least make it 9 frames so that somebody's got a lead. I guess that's what's quite nice about the first round matches, is that it's 9 in the first session. So if somebody's always going to be in the lead, and I think that just adds a little bit more sort of suspense to it. And they've done that in the final over, for the last 10, 15 years, where they've put 9 frames in the second session. So somebody takes a lead into day 2. And I think that's what they need to start doing a bit more throughout the championship, perhaps.
I do like this as an idea, Joe. Yeah, I think, frankly, you should work for WST, maybe in some sort of digital officer role or something. I think you'd be really well suited for it.
Well, who knows, Tom? Who knows? If people are aware of sort of the Twitterverse, if you like, WST actually posted on Twitter looking for a new media officer a couple of weeks ago, didn't they, Tom? So, but apparently you've got to move to Bristol, Tom, and we all know that is the hometown of Judd Trump. So that's going to be difficult for us.
Yeah, I think we're banned, I believe. I checked. They had just pictures of me and Joe going, do not let in.
But yeah, who knows? Good luck to whoever gets that job. You never know. Could be Tom. He could be playing a double bluff here.
Mm-hmm. I wish I was. If I was, I wouldn't be able to talk about it on the podcast. It'd be like what am I saying? Of course I'll be able to talk about it. It's not an MI5 secret, as if they're going to go, if you work for WST, you're not allowed to tell anyone.
But yeah, obviously the Smurf 360 was back in action today. Seemed to be playing well. 6-2 up against Xiao Guodong, so good to see him sort of backing up his victory in the deciding frame against Fan Zhengyi a couple of nights ago. We've had a couple of comments actually saying, did you hear Rob talk about the 360? And people theorising that maybe Rob watches the podcast. We did sort of bust that myth in the last episode, because Rob definitely doesn't watch this podcast because he doesn't know Federer of the Bays is Alexander Ersenbacher's nickname. So that is proof, if ever you needed it, that Rob doesn't watch this.
Yeah, I would like to believe we have some sort of influence on the snooker world, but I don't think we can. Neither me or Joe can claim to have invented the idea of a 360 spin. We didn't invent an angle, so yeah, we can't make claim to that. As much as Joe would like to, as a maths teacher, say that he did invent an angle, I don't think we can do that.
No, we absolutely can't. But yeah, quite funny, really. Quite a few comments. We've had a lot of comments over the last few days. Please keep it coming, because we love comments. We've had even the likes of our good friend Chinny getting involved in the comment section as well. And
we love Chinny. We love Chinny.
We do love Chinny, and we will hit Chinny up at some point to try and get him on the podcast, because we would absolutely love to have a chinwag with Chinny regarding all things snooker. His comeback to playing. I mean, we've all seen his lineups. Very impressive play from good old Chinny. So yeah, we'll definitely hit him up. But one of the comments was saying, how are you getting all these top players to do your intros? You must have a lot of contacts within World Snooker. Care to explain, Tom?
No, there's a wonderful site called Memo where you can pay famous people to do any old crap, whether that is singing Snooker Loopy while spinning around a car park, or singing Snooker Loopy while apparently being in a rush to go to the toilet, which I presume Ken was doing. You can get them to do whatever you want, and basically I've paid a lot of money to snooker players to get them to do something stupid, and it's only taken about 3.5 years, but we're finally monetizing the podcast, so we're finally
claw some of that Wonga back. I mean, yeah, it's funny because Tom, the very first episode of this podcast, Tom bought me a present, and that present was Dennis Taylor, and because Tom is actually not normal in any way. He just sent the lyrics to Dennis Taylor. He didn't say anything else, nothing else in the message. He just sent the lyrics to Snooker Loopy. So, yeah, at least when I bought Stuart Bingham and Sean Murphy, I said what we were using it for. But yeah, it's funny. I mean, we have tried to get Stephen Hendry. He has rejected us multiple times, saying that it would be awkward, even though this is the man that dressed up as a wheelie bin on national television.
Yeah, I know, that was careless of him, wasn't it, really?
Clumsy, I think he'd say in commentary, Tom. Clumsy. Yeah, there was 2 other matches that happened to come to a finish today. Of course, Neil Robertson getting through against Pang Jung Soo. He made it through 10 frames to 6. Decent performance in the end from Robbo, but you know, we'll have to see whether he's going to go much further in the tournament, obviously with his poor record at the Crucible.
He did finish with a century, and yeah, I think I'd say very much, to coin a phrase, a tale of 2 sessions, that match, because first session very close, very tight. Second session, just Neil was just easy for him. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah. But our hopes of a clean sweep of seeds was dashed in the afternoon session by Hossein Vafaei, who seems to be a real party pooper at the Crucible over recent years, doesn't he? And he did that, completing a 10-3 victory over Sijawi, who has had a really poor season. Not really sure how he's in the top 16 anyway, to be honest. He's not... He got to a couple of finals over the last 2 years, but when we've got ranked event winners that are outside of the top 16, it seems a bit ridiculous. But yeah, he just didn't play well, lost 9 frames in a row from being 3-1 up. So that is, you know, sums up his season, really, doesn't it?
It sums up in a sense some of his form at the Crucible, because of course famously he did have that incredible run to the semi-finals, but then he went on a similar losing streak against Brissell, didn't he? I think Brissell won something like 8 frames in a row to complete this mad comeback. Well,
he was 14-5 down and lost 17-15.
Yeah.
So you know, yeah, he lost 12 of the last 13 frames.
Absolute collapse. So yeah, a shame. But C's young. He'll be back. I'm sure he'll have his time, and he'll go far again at the Crucible. And I quite like Hossein as a character. I know he's controversial, a bit like Murphy, can come out with stuff that kind of stirs the pot. But
the Hossein 360.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Hossein 360. Yeah, he always does that. Just because it smells. He tries to work out where the Crucible smell's coming from. So he's just spinning around like that.
The smelly 360.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I quite like him. I think he's interesting as a character. So it's nice to see him do well, and it's a World Championship. It's quite nice to see an Australian and an Iranian go through. So it's not just literally players from the UK and China. Because
No, absolutely. So yeah, he'll be taking on Judd Trump in the next round, and will be cheered on by all, no doubt. Anyway, that brings us to an end of our First round predictions contest, Tom. Now, you might remember yesterday I needed 2 perfect scores to level the scores at 16 apiece. You will be very happy to know that I managed that in the Robertson match. 10-6 I predicted, 3 points in the bag. You predicted Pang 10-8, so that's nil points for Tom. So it all came down to the C Vafaei match, and, well, you got a point for that because you predicted Vafaei 10-9. I predicted C 10-9, so I get nil points. So you're through to the final of the Crucible, Tom. You've beaten me by 17 frames to 13, and well, you'll be in the final tomorrow.
Just do my 360 spin just on my chair that doesn't spin, but I'm delighted. It was a very tough match. He pushed me right to the end, as a new Hannard often does. You know, we know he's a crafter, Hannard, and some of the best form I've ever seen in my life at the Crucible. And he'll be back next year. But I'm looking forward to the final tomorrow against Stuart Bingham.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I mean, you successfully predicted the outcome of 11 of the 16 matches and got the perfect score of 3 of them. So that's pretty good. If you were doing a 16-fold ACCA, 11 out of 16, that's not bad. I predicted, what's that, 3? I predicted 9 of the 16 with 2 perfect scores. So yeah,
not bad though. 9, you got over half.
Bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I was just double checking me maths there, but yes, 9 players 11. So yeah, done well, and I mean, that bodes well for our overall Crucible picture, that I've still got 9 players in the running out of 16. You've still got 11 out of 16 in the running. So, yeah, we've got decent chances of doing okay in the whole thing. So, looking ahead to tomorrow's action, we have got Zhao and Sean Murphy starting off in the morning, bright and early at 10 o'clock. Barry Hawkins and Mark Williams on the other side of the arena. Defending champion Zhao Xintong will be getting underway against Ding Junhui in a battle of the ages, master versus the apprentice, and all of that, old versus new. That's going to be a cracking match. Really looking forward to that. Kyren and Mark Allen will be continuing their match in the afternoon on the other side, and then in the evening it's back to Zhao and Sean, Barry and Mark to play their second session, and Zhao and Sean will finish off their match, and we will have our first quarter finalist tomorrow night. Potentially, I guess Mark Allen, if he wins with a session to spare, could do it in the afternoon, and maybe Sean could do it in the morning. Who knows? But what's taking your fancy from tomorrow's action?
I don't really want to watch any more of Mark Allen against Kyren Wilson, to be honest. So
yeah, you're in a bit of a sulk with it now, aren't you?
Just because I was really looking forward to it, and then it's just annoying when, the ideal is you have a day off, you can watch 3 different sessions, and then if one of them's a bit poor, it's all right because the other 2 will be okay. But when you only have time to watch one of them and it's a naff one, you just feel like you've been cheated out of good snooker. Because I bet the 2 earlier were probably great. They're probably the best sessions of the championship, and we didn't see them.
Well, yeah, but perhaps. But yeah, Kyren's won the last 3 frames of that one, so it is 5-3 going into tomorrow. Okay. So it could be a completely different story. Probably won't be one with a session to spare unless Mark wins all 8 frames tomorrow, which has happened. Yeah, I think it'll be an interesting day. Obviously, the big match is Zhao Xintong against Ding, and I'm really curious to see how Xintong sort of continues in this championship, because he looked very nervy in the first round. He was very much there for the taking. I think Liam Highfield ran it much closer than anybody would have really thought. Ding played pretty well in that first round match as well against Dave Gilbert. So I think that's a really interesting session, and Ding will want to get on top of that early.
And they're a very interesting aspect, of course, because everyone always talks about these young Chinese players, when they play the likes of Ronnie or even Willow or Higgins, they say, oh, these players idolize these players, and they get a bit overawed when they play Ronnie because he was their hero. But to play Ding as a young Chinese player, like that would probably be even bigger for Xingtong. Do you know what I mean? Like that would, because he has been the
And at the
superstar of
Crucible
Chinese.
as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Xingtong was probably watching him Ding in the Crucible final when he was about, I don't know, 16 or something, or even younger. So he's probably spent years idolizing Ding, and so I reckon that could. If he is susceptible to nerves and he's worried about the Crucible curse, and then he's got, well, not just facing Ding, but the possibility of the Ding curse, which we all know about. So a lot of pressure on Zhao.
Indeed, even if he beats Ding, he's going out in the next round. So, he loses either way. Let's be honest. The Crucible curse survives.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be a cracker. Obviously, Mark Williams and Barry Hawkins, that's got to be a great match on paper. Could be a real scrap fest, though, as well. Neither player really anywhere near their best, I think, in that first round match, or both of their first round matches. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they get on tomorrow, and to see whether Sean can complete the job against Zhao Gudong and get to another quarterfinal. I think it'll only be maybe his third quarterfinal since the final he reached against Bingham, which obviously he got to the final in 21. But Sean's not had a great record at the Crucible over the last 10 years, so it'd be good to see him get to the business end of the tournament once again. And my Ronnie O'Sullivan and Sean Murphy semi-final prediction is still on at the minute, so we will see. We will see about that coming up over the next few days. But time for some of our regular sections now, Tom. And we've got two sections for you today. We've got to cue the music for the first time in this World Championship.
Here we go.
We also have a quiz wakeland. Which one do you want to go for?
Let's start with the quiz wakeland.
Ooh, quiz wakeland. Here we go then.
Okay, what I'm doing, Joe, is a bit like what you did yesterday, because I'm not using the special book anymore. What I have got here, Joe. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 question cards, and they're from like cigarette packets from 2005. When it was the Embassy World Snooker Championship. And then in Embassy cigarettes, you'd get these little quiz things that have questions about the World Championship.
Where did you get these?
Have you heard of eBay?
How's he not showing us these in these videos yet? Where he is now.
Because I was saving it for Quiz Wakeling, and they all have like little things. So that's got the rack on, or it's got little things on, and thing on the back that says, smoking causes fatal diseases. So that's nice. And interesting, it's 30 years of Embassy, and the seller told me that this was 2005, which was apparently the last year when there was Embassy sponsorship, because it was banned after that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
A little bit of history. I don't know if it's all of them. I presume it is, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 of them, Joe. So in terms of points, shall we say, and it will be similar to yesterday, an asterisk behind it, but we can say 5 points per question.
Oh, so I have a possibility of taking the lead.
I think you will take the lead, to be fair, but we'll see. We'll see.
You reckon? Okay.
Some of these are fairly easy, so I think you'll get close. Okay.
So I've got a pot 8 blues here.
Yeah, it's a very odd break. I don't know what's happened. The table, it's a blue ball shootout, and you have to try and.
Okay. Yeah.
I've potted
he keeps
7.
potting the blue, and I need to keep potting them to keep in the match. So then, if I get one wrong, is that the break over?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, here we go then.
In what year did reigning champion Ronnie O'Sullivan make his first appearance at the Embassy World Snooker Championship?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, it's not. Now, does this include qualifying? Or is it first round proper?
I'll repeat the question, Joe. In what year did reigning champion Ronnie O'Sullivan make his first appearance at the Embassy World Snooker Championship? I presume that'd be the first round proper.
Right, okay. Well, he turned professional in 92. He didn't qualify in 92. Did he qualify in 93? That's the question. Or was it 94? It's one of the two. I have a feeling that he lost in 93 and won in 94 in the first round. So I'm going to go 93.
Your final answer is 1993.
Yes.
Correct.
Hey, there you go.
There we go. Oh, I mean, that was tense. I thought this whole feature was going down the bin just then, because if you missed that...
Well, when you said they were quite easy, I wasn't expecting that.
Okay, there's easier ones coming up. So
thank the Lord.
you won't have
easy.
to think over some of these ones, because one of them is, who has played in 6 finals but never won the Embassy World Snooker Championship?
That would be Jimmy White.
No, it's Jimmy Brown. It's Jimmy Brown. It's when he changed his... No, it's not. It's Jimmy White. There we go. Another simple one, Joe. So that's, what is that, 10? 10. Who holds the Embassy World Snooker Championship? They love saying Embassy. Worse than like JV and Dennis in terms of the sponsorship, but who holds the Embassy World Snooker Championship record for the fastest ever 147 break at 5 minutes and 20 seconds?
That'd be the Rocket.
That would be the Rocket. Even though they took it down, isn't it? Isn't it like 5 minutes 8 seconds or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But that is yes. Yeah, there we go. Ronnie O'Sullivan. There we are. Okay. I'm trying to make sure it's in the right order, so it's the Jeopardy. Oh, some of these are hard, actually.
Oh, for God's sake.
Who was the first overseas player to win the Embassy World Snooker Championship, and which country was he from?
Oh, what? I need both. Yeah, Cliff Thorburn, Canada.
Cliff Thorburn, Canada. That's correct. For a bonus point, do you want to guess the year?
1980.
Boom! He's got a bonus point. Somehow Joe's got 6 points from a blue ball shootout. I don't know how he's done it, but so what are we on?
Bad mistake giving me a bonus point on that one, Tom.
21. Okay. Who recorded the first maximum 147 break in an Embassy World Snooker Championship?
Cliff Thorburn.
Yes, Cliff Thorburn. And to lose a point...
to be fair, he smoked a lot of cigarettes, so...
That's true. But to lose a point, want to guess the year?
To lose a point?
Yeah.
What, I'll lose it if I get it wrong? Or I'll lose it if I get it right?
You'll only find out once you answer, Joe.
Well, it's 1983, but...
-1 there, Joe. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Ah.
25. Okay. Who was the first player to win the Embassy World Snooker Championship using a 2-piece cue?
Oh, for God's sake. I feel like Dennis had a 2-piece cue, you know.
Shall I give you? No.
Go on. What's your clue?
I'll give you a clue. It was in the 1970s.
In the 70s. So, well, Spencer won it in 77. Reardon 78, Griffith 79. So it's one of those three. I feel like Spencer's a traditionalist. Reardon's a traditionalist. I'm going to go Terry.
No, it was John Spencer.
Oh, well.
1977, John Spencer.
Okay.
Well.
Oh, well. 25.
25 there, Joe. But,
that's not bad. I'll take it.
You did well. You did well. Should we do the final two?
Didn't he do well?
Didn't he do well? The final two. Which player holds the record of 7 Embassy World Snooker Championship titles?
That's 7 times. Stephen Hendry, for anybody not listening, you know.
Yeah. Good. And so this final one, it would have been the one to take the lead, but this is what you could have won. How many players have won the Embassy World Snooker Championship on more than one occasion?
Up to 2005. So, well, I guess Reardon hasn't won the Embassy World Championship on more than one occasion because it wasn't always Embassy. So, I'm assuming we're talking in the Embassy era. So, Davis, Hendry, Williams, and Ronnie. So 4?
And the answer's 5, I'm afraid, Joe. Because Ray Reardon's on there for some reason.
Yeah.
If you have a problem, Joe, you can call the ticket hotline there. I'm sure they'll sort it. If you say, "Excuse me, I've just answered your questions from 20 years ago, and I'm furious."
Well, I am furious, to say the least, Tom. I've been robbed.
But there we go.
Rob Walkered.
There we go. You've been Rob Walkered, but it's a bit of a cue the laughter and a quiz wakeling all in one. So
very good. No, thank you for that, Tom. That was a cracker, and we will have another special quiz wakeling that isn't using the book on Sunday.
Oh, I feel this is going to be a downward slope, isn't it? We're going to keep thinking about other things.
Well, yeah, no. On Sunday there will be, and that'll be the last one for a while. Mm-hmm. Although there was another one, Tom, that we found on the BBC website, so I'm sure we'll also do that one at some point as well.
It's good to branch out, I think.
Good to branch out, isn't it? In this fairly new format, when we've got this many pages to go through of the World Snooker Tour quiz book. But shall we cue the music, Tom?
Let's cue the music, absolutely.
So, of course, our good friend of the podcast, Banksy Banks, DJ Banksy, or Titanium Ferrell, or whatever his name is these days, who knows? He very, very kindly shared with us that he was going to be part of a sort of tribute album to the late, great John Virgo. We did review the sort of lead track of that album, which was King of the Crucible, featuring Rob Walker, which of course was a baby of this podcast many, many times ago, back in episode 53, Tom. That one was. But we re-reviewed it on episode 81 for the new release, and Banksy has been incredibly kind to both myself and Tom and gifted us a free copy of the full album, which released earlier in April. It's called Where's the Cue Ball Going? Very aptly. And basically all the tracks are tributes towards snooker and in particular John Virgo. So we are going to review all of them on this wonderful Cue the Music series. They're going to all have their place in the Cue the Music League table. But today, Tom, we are starting with a song called Six Pockets on the Table by Mr. Ben. Now, what are your thoughts before we even get into this?
It's got the right number of pockets, so I'm already excited, Joe. If it was 7, I'd go no or refuse to listen. But 6, they've absolutely
Well, it'd be like
nailed it.
that L-shaped table on World Snooker 2005, wouldn't it? If it didn't have 6 pockets on the table.
I don't want any of that. I want 6 pockets, and it's a table. And Mr. Ben, I don't know anything about this artist, but I mean, don't they make good rice or something? Is that Mr. Ben? Is that what they do?
Uncle Ben, Tom.
Oh, that's
actually,
Uncle Ben.
He's now called Ben's Original.
Oh, is he? Oh, well, I wish this was by Uncle Ben, to be honest. I think it would be a lot better.
Well, we'll find out, won't we? But this is 6 Pockets on the Table by Mr. Ben.
Maximum at the Masters. Getting you beauty! Absolutely fantastic! Well, cross double. Hit it hard, there's 6 pockets. Played the cut, surely not, surely! Made it easier to get perfect on the pink. Hold your breath. Just a bit low on the black. Yes! Absolutely unbelievable! Missed his opportunity in the first frame and to do it in the second. Remarkable! played it for the middle. Get in, you beauty. Get in, you beauty. Vafaei had a great run to the final, but just couldn't produce it today. But Kyren Wilson, every credit, he's been the big scorer all through the tournament. And it's Kyren Wilson now, who is a Johnson's Paint Masters champion. His second Triple Crown victory.
I've already got a marking point here. Well, there you have it, Tom. Very much bittersweet, isn't it? Really, really lovely piece of music. And to hear John and some classic lines over that is, yeah. We were both just saying throughout that, you know, how much we miss him. Certainly at this World Championship and sadly forever. Yeah, it was, you know, quite nice to sort of hear that and sort of chuckle away at his lines again, wasn't it?
Yeah, me and Joe were like smiling ear to ear at a lot of it, and it just makes you, you know, it is that bittersweet feeling of both really happy and sort of feeling joyful to hear him again and remember how good he was, but then you do also just feel a tinge of sadness, and then ending the song with his final ever line of commentary is just quite beautiful, really. And I did think during it, oh, this could just be me and Joe giving everything 10 out of 10 because it's got John Virgo in. But I do think that was particularly well put together, you know, especially ending with that final bit of commentary. It kind of makes it hard to not love it, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. It was just really nice. It just really encapsulated the joy and the passion of John Virgo. And it was a nice piece of music as well. You know, I could think of myself doing sort of background jobs with that sort of in my ears, listening to it and having a little chuckle at John Virgo. I can see myself doing that genuinely. I did say though, right at the end, I've got a marking point for this, Tom, and I have to dock it a mark for this. It's called Six Pockets on the Table. Yeah, it's not got the famous time when he goes, "There's 6 pockets on the table."
I was waiting on tenterhooks. When is he going to say that one? Yeah,
when of course Ronnie broke Stephen Hendry's centuries record, got 776 against Ricky Walden back in the Masters many years ago, and it's such an iconic line. And yeah, I was waiting for it the whole song. So for me, I've got a docket a mark for that. But yeah,
it's a harsh judge.
It's a harsh judge. But I really did love it.
Oh, these pockets are tight, Joe. These pockets are tight.
I tell you what, Hazel, these pockets are tight. Yeah, these points are tight from this judge. Yep. So come on then, Tom. Give it your best shot.
I mean, I just think it's just gonna have to get a 10, surely, Joe. Surely,
Hazel.
Even with a docked point, it's surely
even
a
with
10.
a docked point. Well, no, it's getting a 9 from me. I'm holding firm here, Tom.
Okay.
In my expectations of my snooker music.
Do you know what? Actually, I'll give it a 9. I have been swayed because I was also wanting the 6. I wanted the 6 pockets on the table bit, and you know, if Mr. Bell wants to re-edit it, this podcast has become me and Joe asking people to make music for us and stuff now. But
yes. So yeah, thank you very much for that. I mean, it really is a lovely piece of music, and I think it would have got 10. had it had that bit in it. I also want to give a little bit of room for potential improvement in the rest of the album as well. But that puts it in at a very, very solid 8th place on our leaderboard, just underneath, quite ironically, the World Snooker Championship intro music from World Snooker Championship 2005, which I was saying during it, this is the next menu music for the next snooker game. So there you go. And it is 3 places behind Joe Johnson's Everlasting Love. So I think that's fair enough.
Yes, I would agree. Yes, but fantastic stuff, and what a great start to this little album it's been. And people can check it out on Bandcamp. I definitely say you should go find it.
No, absolutely, and it's a dream come true for us as well to even so small be a little bit involved in that, and to get a free copy of that to review for you guys. That's absolutely amazing, and you know, me and Tom have been absolutely blown away by everything in the World Championship and beyond, to be honest, and the amount of people commenting, it is really amazing, and it does mean the world to us, and we're glad that people are enjoying it, and we're sort of forming that little snooker niche community of people that like the lighter side of the game, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, we especially appreciate it, obviously, right now during the World Championship, because you know, it's hard for us to find time to even record, really, because there's so much snooker going on amongst other things in life. And so anyone who you know, right now can literally find themselves watching 3 sessions of snooker possibly, and then also listening to our snooker podcast. I mean, you guys are the loopiest of snooker fans, but we love you to bits.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and we are closing in on 100 episodes as well, which is absolutely amazing. If we keep going daily, we will hit it on the final day of the championship, but who knows? We'll get there, or at least our review video will be there.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to promise daily for, you know, certainly the second half of next week. You know, semi-final day 1 is always a bit of a drag, so we'll see. But we've always got features that we can throw in there as well to flesh out these podcasts. But yeah, even if you're a listener as well, it's not just on the YouTube side of things. I know we do talk a lot about the YouTube side, you know, 1,000 subscribers. Tom sent a great message today that Acast have sort of put our podcast in for monetization now as well. So thank you to all the listeners as well. And as I always say, please get in touch on snookerloopypodcast@gmail.com, particularly if you're a listener, because there's no way for you to comment. So we'd love to hear from the listeners as well as the people that are watching.
We always love some Fancheng email in the morning.
Indeed, Fancheng email. Speaking of which, we did get some from Matt. I believe he's got a special surprise for us of something that Radzi may have said in one of the broadcasts. So I'll leave that one hanging for you tomorrow, Tom, and we will see what Radzi has been saying. But whisper it quietly. Apparently, it's something to do with Selby's humpins from the past. So we will investigate those claims tomorrow, because we know Matt can get a bit carried away sometimes.
I look forward to the update on Selby's humpins as always.
Any final words, Tom, before we go off into the night?
There's Vicky.
And yes, enjoy the Crucible on Friday. It seems like there's going to be some great snooker. Obviously, we've got a great weekend of snooker to look forward to. We'll be looking ahead to that mammoth match between Ronnie O'Sullivan and John Higgins in tomorrow's podcast. So really looking forward to that. Again, thank you for the support. Leave your comments, email us, all of that good stuff. And we will see you bright and early, 9 o'clock tomorrow.